What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to a Monarch Lacquer video. I have two sets that are dropping for the Black Friday sale. One was previously dropped earlier this month, but we have two sets to check out and hear my thoughts on. We have the 5-piece set for the Plot collection that dropped very early on in November. And then we also have the Black Friday collection, which is Naughty or Nice. Super cute. I love these. I think last year Adrian did, I think it was like a Hallmark movie type theme for the holiday set. And I love the cheesy types of holiday stuff. I love it to pieces. We also have some sale information I will go over during the recap of the video. And don't forget, for the sale information too, you can use my affiliate code and stack the discounts too. So I'm going to quit yammering. Let's dive into the collections. On the naughty list is a berry red jelly base packed with red to orange shifting aurora sparkle, red-orange chroma flake, and reflective glitter. This is probably my top pick out of this release. It is fantastically opaque, especially for a jelly type of feel. It is just so loaded up with all the goodies here. I'm going to suggest 2 coats. It was just building up so beautiful and quick, and a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. Those are a must together, as this will leave you quite thirsty and textured. This is so dimensional and sparkly. Definitely a top pick. Under the influence is a deep blue spruce jelly base with chunky golden green teal shimmer. This is one that I would have to classify as being a foil type of finish. That shimmer is larger particle, in my opinion, and it's got that strong glistening, watery effect, if that makes sense. This is decently opaque on the second coat. Those of you rocking natural nails probably could stop at 2 normal coats, but I personally like that third coat. It just plumped it up, especially for it being so jelly-like. So your preference on that, but if you're wearing Gel X or clear falsies like myself, you might want to use a blurring base of some sort. This one dried down semi-flat, but I think any top coat works. Sugarplum Secret is a medium cool leaning purple base with fine fiery orange pink red shimmer finished with silver flakes. This would have to be my second pick out of the collection. It is quite glowy, and I was pleasantly surprised with how the buildup worked on this one. It started off pretty sheer, as you saw in that first coat. By the second coat, it was giving me some decent opacity, and the third coat I went in somewhat normal for myself, realizing I was going in a touch on the thinner side for those first 2 layers. And you can see here, it plumped up pretty well. So I'm going to suggest 3 coats and a glossy top coat of your choice. This one has a lovely pink shift that's pretty obvious at angles, as you'll see on my macro shot here. Couture is a black and silver magnetic. It does state in the PR info, you can wear it unmagnetized for a graphite appearance. I agree with that. It has this really interesting type of appearance when you don't magnetize it. So I personally think this is really versatile either way. When you do magnetize it, it is quite reactive. It's very user-friendly. I had no issues. Anything needing to go, extra seconds, what have you. So in that regard, it is quite easy to use. Wear it however you wish. This is heavily flirting with being an almost one coater. It is quite creamy, smooth, and opaque in how it applies. I will still suggest, even on polishes that are flirting with one coaters, I still like them at 2 thinner coats, but that's just my preference. No issues with texture or anything, so any top coat works. Nice-ish is a sophisticated apricot base with a carefully balanced green shimmery glow. This kind of toes the line of being neutral, but it's quite warm and very peachy in how it's pulling against my skin tone. With that said, I think depending on your undertones, where you lie on the spectrum of color, all that stuff, it's really going to play up against you too. Again, on me, it's quite peach. I'm going to suggest 2 coats with this one. It also built up very crelly-like and plumping. I just felt like 2 coats was perfect with it. Santa's favorite is a barely there ethereal pink with golden foil flake. Very much like Nice-ish, this is very crelly-like too. It's got a bit of a bounce to the formula, but not so much that I would say, go in thin and be mindful of your coats. Apply however you tend to apply, and I think you're good. I chose to stop at 2 coats. I kind of hesitated and wanted to do a 3rd coat, but Given that this is intended to be soft and all that good stuff, I thought 2 coats was just fine. So 2 normal and a glossy top coat. Those flakes aren't necessarily going to give you texture, but they do leave a touch of thirstiness. So keep that in mind for your top coat of choice. Now moving into the For the Plot collection, this is a very flake heavy set. This first one is Plot Twist. It's described as a moody teal jelly base with pink, orange, yellow, green chameleon flakes and hints of gold holographic sparkle. I think the gold holographic sparkle edition is quite a bit of a sprinkling. You will see a touch of a very lightly scattered sparkle across the nail. What's mostly going to capture your eyes are these beautiful flakes. They're very mylar looking, very unicorn-like. Lots of different color rolls going throughout each of them. Very, very pretty. And that's coming from someone who typically shies away from flakes. This is a true jelly, so I'm going to suggest 3 light coats and a good glossy top coat. Kiss the Villain is a warm grape purple jelly base with magenta orange and even hints of yellow-green chameleon flakes and hints of gold holographic sparkle. So same thing here as I mentioned on Plot Twist, the previous one, and I wanted to touch on potential texture for these. I will strongly suggest you going in for thinner coats to slow and steady build these up, as it is quite plumping and again, very true jelly and how they're going to apply and build up on the nail. I personally like that 3 thin coat rule for polishes like these so that we can maximize the base, but also maximize how much flakes come off on your nails. Across the board, these are excellent suspension for the flakes throughout the polishes themselves, so no need for fishing or anything like that. And again, the texture isn't so bad, but if you're using a thicker glossy top coat, I don't think you'll need a glitter smoother. Regret Nothing is a raspberry jelly base with red, magenta, orange, yellow chameleon flakes and hints of gold holographic sparkle. So we have a brighter type of pinky look. I do agree with the official description. Raspberry is the best way to describe this type of pinky-ish type of reddish type of color. I think the video on my monitor here is being pretty color accurate to what I'm seeing in person. At least I hope so. One of my monitors busted this past week. It's been so irritating. Of course, it's my HDMI one, but I have to get it replaced because I have a warranty on it, but I digress. I'm hoping this comes off as a true raspberry as what I'm seeing. So same thing here, 3 light coats and a good glossy top coat, possibly glitter smoother if your top coat is thin. Off Script is a taupe brown jelly base with red, orange, yellow, green, blue chameleon flakes and hints of gold holographic sparkle. This one was, in my opinion, the lightest in terms of opacity. That taupe brown base is almost like a smoky type of color. It's just a hint of pigment, if you will. In my opinion, I'm going to strongly suggest, again, take this one up to 3 light coats. What's really going to give you that opacity for this, even if it's super jelly like the others, is that flake mix. There's so much on here. This one's like fallen leaves on your nails. Please note, on the 3rd coats of each of the ones for the Plot collection, I'm purposely overworking that brush to remove any potential base so I can maximize the flaky payoff. Lastly is Feral Tendencies. This is a mustard yellow jelly base with green, yellow, orange chameleon flake and hints of gold hollow sparkle. This is one of those yellows that I personally like against my skin tone. I'm very picky with like goldish types of yellow colors. I've said that 1,000 times on the channel. So with that said, medium to deep skin tones, this might be one you want to give a shot at, as I thought it looked pretty good on myself. I feel like it was one of those yellows, or I guess mustard. I think the base itself is a true mustard. I'll say that. But the gold cast to the flakes in this kind of lighten up that base color. My full hand shot gives you a good idea of that. It's just one of those yellows that, in my opinion, it did not wash out against my skin tone. And we're going to wrap this up with the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. On the Naughty List, looks beautiful over black. This is so stunning. I could see this working over reds and berries. Under the Influence would work over aquas and blues and all that good stuff. Sugarplum Secret is beautiful over really dark colors. Couture is it's too opaque to really topper it. Nice-ish maybe, but I personally don't care for that milky cast from Crowley's like this. And Santa's Favorite, I think, will work over very dark colors too. Now, the For the Plot collection over really anything, I think you could get away with using these as toppers over black, as you're seeing on the video here. Otherwise, the only way I could see these toppering, because they're jellies, and I typically classify that as an undie on undie and you're wasting your time, would be with matchy match, like a cream of some sort, if you wanted it to have, say, a cream-like appearance. The For the Plot collection, again, already released earlier this month, but the Naughty or Nice collection is going to drop in the launch of the Black Friday sale. And these are going to drop starting Tuesday, November 25th. And the sale is going to run until December 1st. You can use my affiliate code PolishedMage10 as a stack, an extra 10% off the 20% off that's going to be on the site. So the entire shop is going to automatically be reduced down to 20% off everything. And there is going to be free shipping at $75. There is a $7 doorbuster, and then there is $7 mysteries. So lots of things to check out there. In the past, for pretty much any indie brand, when they offer up mysteries, things like that, doorbusters, just forewarn you guys, usually it's while supplies last. So it definitely benefits you to get there when the sales start. So I will link you all below to Monarch's website if you want to get in there, check it out. Again, this is a really good sale because you're getting up to potentially 30% off if you also use my code too. So get in there, check it out. Adrienne's also got some, I'm going to show it to you real quick. She's got some nail essential stuff. These come in roundy bottles here. And this one's the Nourish Plus. I've been playing around with it as I try to grow out, which I've officially grown out all the acrylic damage, which is really nice. And I'm going to start using this and playing around with it. But it does have a really nice formula from what I've been messing with so far. She's got a lot of nail care essentials, sticky base coat, ridge filler, things like that. The top coats are awesome. She has a quick dry glossy top coat that is a normal quick dry glossy top coat style. And then she also has the gel like top coat, which I don't typically use on the channel as it doesn't dry down like a quick dry, but I use it for my own personal use, like on my toes where I always have glitter on them. Fantastic plumping, squishy top coat. So try that out if you wanted to try it out too and take advantage of this sale. Again, I will have the links in the description box below, including the Facebook group if you want to get in there and check that out too. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.